Hi, Randy Orr with Berkshire Hathaway and the Orr Group here in Laguna, Niguel. If you live anywhere in South Orange County and you're thinking of selling your home, this information is for you. Stay tuned. So when we at the Orr Group market a property for sale, our marketing plan is over the top with the best photography possible in the industry, aerial photography, video, sometimes what we call talent actors within the video. We really go overboard. We do a mega open house, wine and cheese, invite the neighbors. We use every marketing element possible. When I look at a marketing opportunity, I look at 100% of what can be done. And of that 100%, all those little slivers of the pie are made up of an investment of time or an investment of money. Today, I want to talk about open house. Now, when we propose a marketing plan to a seller, everything, of course, is with the approval of the seller. So when we get to the discussion of an open house, I always ask the client or let the client know this is with your permission. Every once in a while, I'll have a client that says, no, I don't want an open house. I will advise the client that it is in their best interest to have an open house, just like it is a sign and other things that sometimes people are a little unusually afraid of for some reason. They don't want the neighbors to know. Well, as soon as the house goes on the market, the neighbors know. So a sign is kind of a moot point. You should have a sign up. With regards to open house, some people have told me, I don't want the neighbors in my home. I will respect any preference that the seller would like. You don't want to do an open house, we don't do an open house. But it reminds me of a story back in 2014. The market was quite different then. Average days on market today, we're talking August, September, October 2022, we're averaging around 24 days on market. That's average. Some homes sell in still a day or two or three, and some homes are taking longer to sell. When we had the robust market in the past 2 years that we had, that we're adjusting to a little bit from, average days on market were almost single digits, if not the low teens. So the market changes quite a bit. In 2014, average days on market were 90. And the seller had shared with us on this listing that we had in Beacon Hill, which is a luxury community. At that time, the property was 1.4 million. So in 2014, that was a good amount of money. Beautiful home, did every marketing that we proposed, but the home sat on the market for a few weeks longer than we wanted it to. And we had reapproached with the seller several times, gently, the notion of an open house. The seller just wasn't comfortable with open house. Well, about 90 days later, when we were approaching average days on market, which is when I tend to get very concerned with, let's evaluate, the seller agreed to an open house. We did our first open house at that time. Again, average days on market for that time of the year or that year within our history of sales. That first open house, we got 3 offers. I was not able to actually do my open house. I tend to do open houses every weekend, but one of my agents was actually at the open house. That agent wrote 2 offers. Another agent wrote another offer, all 3 because of the clients seeing the home during the open house. Weird things happen, but I encourage open house. The agent that was holding my open house was the agent who had the most robust buyer, best offer in terms of price, best credit, best terms. We look at everything. We show no favoritism. If it was an agent doing the open house, every agent to us is equal. It's all about the buyer and who floats to the top. Nonetheless, we closed. The sale was very smooth, but that was the story that reminds me of how important an open house is. So again, we at the Orr Group, we will encourage open houses strongly, but not beyond the comfort level of our client. If the client is insistent or prefers not, we respect that, but we'll let the client know how important we think an open house is. Open houses are good for a couple different reasons. Yes, neighbors do come, but neighbors know people who want to live in the community where they live. Plus, we attract a lot of buyers who, for some reason, their agent hasn't shown the property. It's just gone under the radar. They see an open house, they walk in. That open house yielded 3 very robust offers, and it sold for a handsome price that the seller was very happy with. If you like this information, I will provide weekly information to sellers thinking of selling. Please subscribe, please comment. We appreciate that. It helps the channel. Randy Orr with Berkshire Hathaway, changing lives one home at a time.